So in this lab of Microsoft Cybersecurity Architect, we are going to do that conditional access. So employees are accessing Microsoft 365 from unknown location in violation of industry regulations. So we need to implement conditional access policies to restrict access to trusted network and enforce strong authentication for sensitive applications like Salesforce. So in this lab, the task we are going to do, create a named location for the trusted corporate network, then configure a conditional access policy to block access from untrusted locations, then test and roll out the policy company-wide, then create a conditional access policy recording hardened MFA for Salesforce. So now let's do the lab. So let me put this side of window. So very first thing that we need to select or open a PowerShell window. Here, right click that Windows icon and you will see that there is an option called Terminal as admin. Terminal. Select Terminal. That Windows PowerShell is opened here, and execute a command to check the current external IP address. Press enter. Note this IP. Okay, let me put this side. I'll just copy paste this IP. Now let's go to Azure Entra. We have already connected to Azure Entra. And then here go to Azure intersection, go to conditional access. And here you can see that under manage there is a named locations. So select that named location, and when you go there the different options available at the top level. So select on IP range location, and here is giving new location IP range, configure name locations. So give a name here. So we are going to give let's type that trusted Contoso network, and then mark that as a trusted location. Now you see that there's options to IP range. Select that one, and the IP range is so there is no why it's not copy. Control C. Say 103.18.87.240. So you see that 103.18.87.240. So now it's a fixed IP, so it's a 1, and then click on add. After that, click create. So by doing this, we have defined our company's external IP address, named and trusted location that we can use to restrict access outside the company's network. Next task, we are going to create a new conditional access policy with limited scope. So when we are connected that Azure Entra, so still conditional access, and then you said there is a policy. So select on policies. Now here is the policy different options. So select that new policy and give a name here. So block access outside trusted network. We're giving a name. And then here you can see that users and agents, there is a 0 users or agents selected. Select that options. And under include, there are different options available. So select that users and groups, and then tick the select users and groups. So when that coming, let's search for Alan. Select the users as the sole test users for the policy. Then here select options, select that one. Then go to under target resources. No target resources selected. So select that one, target resources. You can see the two options available, include and exclude. So include, select all resources, formerly AI cloud apps. Exclude nothing, then go to network and click on not configured one. And here, yes, I want to configure, so select yes. And then you see that include, select any network or locations. And if you go to exclude, select all trusted network and locations. Then go to um, grant section, select the zero control selected, and switch that from grant access to block access. So select, then you see the sessions. So in sessions, select the zero control selected, and here select customize continuous access evaluation, and you can see that sub options there. Select the strictly enforce locations policies, and then click select button. Then to enable the policy, down below here is the enable policy, select on, and then click on create. So now we have created successfully a conditional access policy to restrict access outside trusted networks only, affecting like as own test users account. Now next task, we are going to test and configure the policy. So for that, let's open a private window and connect to the portal. And here we are going to connect as a LND. Click next and then enter the password. So here we can see that we can log in M365 using that Alan Diang account. So login is successful. Now we can close this in private window. Now go back to here. Like Microsoft Inter Admin Center. Let's go to conditional access. Now here is that monitoring section. There is a sign in logs. So select that options. So we'd like to see the Alan Diang log entry. So it may take a couple of minutes to pop up for that Alan Diang users. So still we don't see that users information here yet. Let me say user sign in. So we'll wait for a minute or two. So select the latest log entry. Here is populated here. You can see that one, Alan. So select that one. go to user sign-ins interactive options. Then select the very top one. And here you can see if you look here, basic info. And if you go to conditional access, and you can see that grant control, it's showing that block access outside trusted network block. Now select that block access outside trusted network. So mode administrator. So one resource was is showing that it matched all resources included, and when that mode administrator user, it's showing not match direct exclusion. Close that one. Now let's go to the office home one, which is success. Select that options. Now that policy name, and here this is the latest one. So you can see that users LNDR, users that has matched, and also resource office home. It's showing that it matched. But if you go to that network formally locations condition, not matched, since it is within the trusted network, that is excluded here. Now close this page. So we have successfully tested and ensured access to all cloud applications from within the company's network now. Now what we will do, next task, we are going to set that um, company-wide policy rollout. So we have successfully completed, and now to enable the policy entire company, that we are going to do that now. So for that, let's go to conditional access, and there is a policies. So select that one, and the policy that we created, select that policy. And here we have user that is we specific users included. That is Alan. That we did that one. Now we are going to do, if you know that that is Alan, user Alan. So now what we are going to do, Alan user. So we are going to set that for across the board. So therefore we have to select here all users. In the warning message, it's giving a message that exclude current user from this policy, because we cannot lock yourself out like myself. So someone need to manage the system. That for this message, so click on save. So we have successfully restricted access from outside the trusted network for all users. Now we are going to set up multi-factor authentication for Salesforce applications. So when we are connected to Microsoft Entra and condition access and policies, so we are going to create a new policy for Salesforce. So click that new policy, give a name, policy name, Salesforce authentication strength. Now here is that users or grants, select that zero users or grants selected. Then select selected users or groups. Tick that users and groups options. Here we are going to select users Alex, Wilbur. So select that and then select this button. Under the target resources, select that no target resources selected. Then include options, select like resources. Select resource based on attributes, select specific resources. So select this one. And now here, search for, you see the different, all different types of applications, enterprise applications, agents, blueprints. So here we are going to search for Salesforce. Select the Salesforce enterprise application and then click the select button. After that, go to grant, zero control selected. And here, select the options, record authentication strength. And from the drop down, select that hardened MFA and then click on select button. And now set the policy to enable, select that on and then select create button. So you can see that successfully created Salesforce applications strength policy. So if I refresh the page, you can see that policy there. So next, we have tested for a one users. Now what we are going to do, we are going to set that up for all the users. For that, select that Salesforce authentication strength. And if you go to that users scope, last time that was Alex only. This time we're going to select for all users. So just message and then click save. So we have successfully completed like conditional access policy to enforce our authentication strength policy to Salesforce, excluding SMS OTP, and therefore prevent successful attack using SMS interceptions. So we have successfully completed this lab. Create trusted networks, then create a new conditional access policy. Then we have done test the configured policy, then company-wide policy rollout. After that, we have been done record MFA for Salesforce, and we set up for all the users. So if you have any questions, add that into comment sections. Otherwise, see you into next lab.